Get a $25 donation that says, I've been watching for a few years now and finally decided to donate. It's going to a great cause, and I wish I started doing this a lot earlier. Looks like Ghoul02 is ready with the Catherine run, so let's go.
Hello, Summer Games done quick. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I am Ghoul02. I will be running Catherine for all of you in just a bit. Real quick, I'm going to introduce my couch. On the far left, we have Ghost King.
Hi.
In the middle, we have Casa. And on the right, we have Moo Moo Makai, all of which are my very, very good friends. They will probably not be talking very much as I do like crazy things for you all. So you all donated for the hand cam. Thank you guys so much for that. It's truly like an honor, and all the money goes towards a great cause. I'm super happy to hear about that. But I believe we're running a little bit behind, so with no further wait, I'm going to begin. So I'm going to give a countdown in 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, Ghoul.
Alrighty, so for those of you that are like, wait, I played Catherine. Isn't this like a single-player game? It's like got like a super like deep story and everything else. This is a separate mode from the main story called Babel, and Babel is very, very unique in that Babel is a completely randomized tower. So everything in this tower is going to be completely different. I will never have seen the patterns that I am solving for you today. You'll also notice that I'm controlling 2 characters at the same time, hence the 1-player 2 controllers. This mode actually can be done single player, however it is both slower, less interesting, and borderline impossible. And by that, there's actually a glitch on the final stage that makes it essentially random whether or not I can complete it. It's about a 1 in 4 or 5 chance as far as I know, but it's like very clearly glitched when you know how the game works, and not fun. Yeah, we don't do that. So we're going to do the mode that actually does work properly, which is pairs.
It can be done properly on the Japanese version, but I mean the sound effects in the English version are glorious. So
yeah, it also would like swap my buttons, which would not be fun when I'm like already nervous. Oh my goodness, what the heck? I'm working with Swiss cheese already. This is not fun. Yeah, let's do that. Do that. Drop down. All right, she goes over there. So as you can see, I'm like actually having to work out solutions on the fly because this game is not very nice most of the time. One nice thing about pairs, I can do a lot of interesting tech to keep blocks from falling that would otherwise be falling. If blocks touch at their edge, they will always stick together and not fall. So you'll see me abuse that a lot. A big thing in this game you want to look for if you've never seen it before, look for the number 3. Oh, okay. Let's do that. See, I'm going to push this out, and it's going to fall down. We're going to have a nice little set of stairs. But if there are 3 blocks in a row, I can do a lot of things to climb. If I am working with 2 or fewer, I do not have a lot of options. It makes things very, very, very difficult. One thing that is very scary about this run, especially in a marathon setting, is that if I die, I have to do the entire stage over from start. That is not fun. And it's very, very scary that I'm going to end up dying, and yeah. Okay, so this is a heavy block. I don't want to push it, but I have to because of the way this pattern worked out. It takes somewhere between 2 and 3 times as long to push. I don't know the exact frame data. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good. If you look in the top right of the screen, you see a level counter. It'll go between levels all the way up to level 10. When I get to level 10, the end gate will spawn, which will let me complete the level. It happens at about 120 steps, I want to say, for altar. Sounds about right in my head. We're going to stay with it. So we're at level 9 right now. We're almost to the end. Pretty mediocre pace. That one little section early kind of got me. I had to find an interesting way up. Sometimes the blocks will fall in weird ways because they have weird interactions when blocks aren't properly stuck below. It's fine. We're just going to get through this. Oh, I screwed that up. I meant to actually push with Vincent there as well, which would have caused everything to fall together, but I can just do this instead and we're good. So see right there, we're at level 10. The announcer is all happy that I got to level 10 because it gets to spawn the end gate. And here we go. We're going to climb on up, and I need to get over here. Oh, I did not explain. The brown blocks are crack blocks. If I step on them twice, as you see right there, they go away. They are very scary, especially in pairs mode. They're not as big or as bad in single player because you don't have 2 characters that have to run across them. Oh yeah, 320 is kind of disgusting. So that is Alter. That is the first stage of Babel. That is meant to be an introduction to Babel, but I don't have a lot of spare time this run, so donations right now would be fantastic.
Alrighty, we've got a $10 from Chachi that says, shout out to the Catherine community for being the nicest group of people I've ever met. Glad to be showing my support to SGDQ during this Babel run.
You know, thank you, Chachi. He's another competitive Catherine player, which surprisingly there are a ton of us. I know this game has a competitive scene. It's a glorious accident of a video game that I swear that they pulled the GoldenEye and they just like accidentally threw in this like competitive mode and everybody loves it. And we're even getting like a remake of the game that they're adding online play specifically because the online play took off. But anyways, this is Manir. Manir's entire gimmick is that it is a very narrow tower. So it really tests your skills of not losing the sides of the tower. So you'll see me like be very careful to make sure, because again, the magic number in this game is 3. If I have 3 blocks, I can do everything. If I don't have 3 blocks, I'm in a world of hurt. So we're going to do this, and you'll see me work to try to keep this and expand the width of this stage as much as I can. Where I can't, I'm going to try to collapse it, because usually collapsing it is both very, very fast and very, very safe. Ooh, okay, I'm going to do this, and then we're going to do this. We're going to collapse this together, and that's going to be good. So, again, you'll see me work all this out on the fly. One thing that's nice about pairs, you'll see me doing right here. We get to do what I call a catch. That is where you pull a block, and before the other blocks start to fall, you push the other block out with the second player. That is not possible in single player because the blocks fall before you can actually move the block over. That is exclusive to 2-player and is one of the reasons that this run is so much faster than singles, on top of the tower being shorter as well. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, we're going to have to... I wanted to go push and do a catch on the outside over there, but I didn't have the option because of that cracked blocks placement. So we're going to keep on going right up here. I'm trying to think. I don't think Manir actually adds any new types of blocks. I think the new blocks are going to start in the next stage, which is an absolute nightmare, and you guys are going to see exactly why when I get there. So we're almost to level 5. Level 5 is kind of nice in every stage because it resets the level. So you see right here, it's flattening out the stage before it drops this, which is what always happens in level 5. So the way levels work in this game is every time I level up, the bottom of the stage will fall out. The speed at which the bottom of the stage falls out resets. Oh, okay. Come on. Come on, Catherine. You got this. And it's actually incredibly important that I level up at a decent pace. If I start to make like tons of mistakes, you'll see like the bottom of the stage falling out faster and faster and eventually catching up to me. That would not be good. That would be Ghoul very scared if that happens. I don't know what I want to do here. That's a walking on sunshine. That wasn't necessary there. There are points at which I've had to actually do that or like lose the run. Not fun when that happens. Very, very scary because you can do that over gaps and get Catherine into areas. I usually do Catherine. So one of the weird things about this game because of the 1-player 2 controllers thing is I'm much more comfortable on the DualShock than I am on the stick. So a lot of times if I have to do very fine motions, I will use specific controllers for what I want to do. That's just a comfort thing. If I was better at the game, I probably would not have to do that. But especially in a marathon setting, you'll see me probably be a little bit safe about which controllers I use for what. Oh, those are spike blocks, by the way. I haven't introduced those. Spike blocks, when you go across them, you see those spikes come out. Those come up one time. If I am standing on top of that while those go off, I die. If I die, the run is, my attempt on the stage is over and I have to start from scratch. How do I do this? Okay. Let's do that. Do that. Do that. Okay. This will work. This will work. We're good. We're good. We're good. Everybody calm down. Ghost King, are you calm enough? Apparently not.
I'm kind of terrified for you, sir.
I'm terrified too. It's okay.
You're climbing up a tower of blocks into space. How can I not be frightened?
I was really worried I hit a diagonal and not a straight up there, but okay. We are at level 7. We're almost to level 10, which would clear the stage. I need to get... Ooh, okay. That's interesting. That was intentional. It's okay. Breathe. Breathe. Everybody breathe. We're going to push that out, and then I'm going to climb up this way, and then Catherine's going to build around a little bridge this way. Push this out. Ooh, I don't really like that. We're going to do... I think I need to just leave that as is. Yeah, we're going to leave that as is. We're going to climb on up. I am way more nervous for the spike blocks than I normally am. So if you see my hand shaking on the ham cam, it's because I'm very nervous and very tired. All right, we're almost there. Let's pull both of these, go around to the left. Vincent, you got to go up there first, buddy. Catherine, grab the block. And I screwed up the grab. Okay. I can just do this, and we're fine. And boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let's pull that. And we're going to collapse this down. So one thing that's really important in this game, and a lot of people don't realize it when they're first doing Babel, it is very, very important that you collapse the tower about as much as you actually try to climb it. Whenever you climb this tower, you're basically destroying its structural integrity, and the only way to reset it, essentially, is to collapse the tower a little bit. So you'll see me, like, one of my bigger problems with this game, and why Isuyara, who is the world record for this game, and literally every other category of Catherine, I'm not exaggerating, he is just a god at this video game, is that I play a lot safer at times because my goal is to finish more runs, and he is just incredible at this game. But, oh, I did not see that I did not have room there. Okay, we can do this, Vincent can pull this aside, it's okay. You're scaring the crap out of me is the problem. Let's do this, and push that. Okay, we're good. Do that. We're almost good. That's going to collapse down, and I think we're going to be good. Sometimes the ending of these stages can be really, really janky. Oh, I'm going to have to pull this heavy block. This sucks. Okay. All right, so we got this cleared, thankfully. So those are the two easier stages in the run, believe it or not. The next stage is the one that I am most worried about, actually. Axis Mundi, while being the hardest stage casually, is much more marathon safe than Obelisk.
From what I understand, you've actually changed the structure of how you go about level order.
Right. So normally when I do RTA attempts to this game, I will do the third stage first because there's no defined order to the stages. And we do the last stage last because there's a cutscene afterwards. That basically signifies that the run is over. Actually, while we're doing the load real quick, let's go through to a quick donation.
Sure thing. We've got $10 from Kitten144. It says, very excited to see Catherine at SGDQ. Best of luck on your run.
All right. So yeah, so Obelisk, I normally start on this stage because there is so much variance, because this stage's theme, so again, like recapping, Alter's theme is learning what Babel is and how it works. Meneer's is working with a thin tower. This one's theme is working around bad luck, and I'm not joking. So in a run that is entirely very, very luck dependent on how blocks fall and what patterns I get, there is a stage that's entire theme is trying to screw me over with bad luck. We'll see how this goes. Those are ice blocks. If you see me, I'm going to step across this one to show it off. If you step across one, you just keep going until you fall. That can mean I can fall off the side of the stage and die. Which probably means Costa will be gasping again and terrifying me every time I go across an ice block.
That wasn't me.
Oh, was that Moo?
Of course it's me. You terrified me.
Okay, I'm not looking behind me. It's hard to tell. So you both have kind of a similar shocked gasp. So I shouldn't be too surprised.
Well, I'm not allowed to scream. Otherwise, you would know it's me right away.
True.
It is worth noting that when he slides, if Catherine or Vincent is in position, they can stop him from sliding off. If there is nothing there in the way, then he would just fall off, and it would just be
right. That's a bomb block. Those suck. Oh shoot! Oh. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's a quick death. So that is how nerve-wracking this run is. So you're gonna see, I died. I have to do this entire stage over. By the way, I did 3 consecutive runs in the practice room without dying. So, okay. So that's a show of just how difficult this is, though. One mistake, one tiny misstep, and it's over. So okay. That was very quick, though. That should be fine. There are points where I can die and lose 10 minutes, in which point the SGDQ staff will be very, very disappointed.
You got this.
Yeah. So, okay, this is a nicer pattern. So I actually like to get to show this off. So right here, that cracked block is really annoying, but if we just do that, we don't have to worry about it. Drop down, go around that way. One thing that is interesting is that if you buffer your inputs, it's slightly slower than doing each of them individually. Okay, we're going to have to go around the outside on this. I don't like doing that, but we have to. But yeah, if you buffer your inputs, it's actually slightly slower than inputting right after you do it. I don't usually worry about it too much, but if I'm controlling just one character, it's something that I will try to do. But you see right there, the ice blocks also affect when I push a block across the stage. So we're kind of climbing up the left side here. But Yeah, so bombs are like the most terrifying thing in this game because they turn a bunch of blocks nearby into crack blocks on top of disappearing themselves after a little while. So they are just like a complete danger to the integrity of the tower. And like if I step on a couple of them, as you'll see in the future, I will probably not have a choice. They'll just, so that's a mystery block. That can be any type of block we've encountered to this point. So you see right there, that was a crack block. One thing that's scary about this, you have to treat it as every other kind of block until you step on it. It's kind of a Schrodinger's cat situation. If I don't treat it as a like spike block and I don't move, that'll kill me. If I don't treat it as an ice block, I can run off the side of the stage to do that. They are terrifying. They can also be bomb blocks, which is the worst thing they can possibly be because they'll destroy half the stage. And there are points where I will have to step on them. Again, randomness is a thing in this level. That is the entire theme and what it is all about. So we're getting up to level 5, so we're getting the little stage reset, and then we're about to get into probably the hardest part of this run, and that is the split tower segment. This is a part that if you are doing, especially on the solo version of the stage, this will take you forever to actually figure out how to do. This tower is going to split, and one of the weird things about that, okay, we're going to pull that, and then we're going to have to collapse that. Oh, that's going to fall. Ooh, okay. Don't be, that's a bomb. Okay, we're just going to abandon. We're leaving this. See ya. That, and we're going to go across the other way. Yeah. Nothing I could do about that. That was just really bad block. If that was not a cracked block or a bomb, I could have crossed over there. But, yeah, you see how that created all of those little crack blocks? Yeah, those are not fun to deal with. So we'll go over here. The tower is going to split starting right here. So this is interesting because normally when you climb, again, you want to collapse. But if I keep collapsing one side much more than the other, you're going to see one side become much shorter than the other. And that's not good. That means that, okay, okay, I can do this. Don't move. Okay, good. Oh, those are monster blocks. Those move on their own. I have no control over when they do that. I'm going to be very overly safe here. I'm going to go around the outside rather than step on that bomb block. Just a little bit scared. That's fine. Step on that. Okay, up. Good. So see how now, like, I'm on a shorter side of the tower, so at some point I need to actually cross over to the other side, which I probably will look to do. I need to actually probably do it right here. So we're going to do this. We have a bridge. That is not a bridge. That is not good. Okay. What do I do here? Can I cross over up there? I can if I don't collapse the tower. Okay. Let's do that, then that, then that. Oh, okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh. Do that, and we just walk right across. All right. Everybody breathe. It's okay. I am a professional, sort of. Catherine pushes that away. And we're good. Okay. So yeah, you see that other side now is going to start to like be behind. And we are past that, which means they're going to try to merge up here. Am I fine if I step on that? Yes, I am. Okay. I was a little worried about losing part of the tower, which did happen, but not in a way that is significant or dangerous to me. And see what falls here. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer and see what the next set of blocks that fall is. Okay, so I want to push this out. It's going to cause that to collapse. So we can go around over here. Catherine can pull that. Vincent can pull that. I have to go around the back, which is sometimes tricky. One of the things that is weird about this game, if you're not used to it, and I still will mix it up on occasion, is controls while on the back of the tower are reversed. If you hold a direction, you will always go in that direction until you change. But sometimes knowing which direction to hit to get the initial movement you want is a bit tricky. Okay. So do that, and then do that. Oh, that's going to collapse. What do I want to do here? I'm going to play this safe. We're going to pull that and then do that. That way I don't step on that other mystery block. That's probably a bomb because this game wants to kill me probably. So I needed to step on that at some point, so I might as well test it while it was relatively safe. Don't like that. I'm going to do this and this. And I'm going to go around this way.
Yeah, if he was trying to go really fast, he might step on that block, but, you know, the fact that it could kill him means that it's just worth it to play it safe.
So those blocks that have, oh, I almost drop kick Catherine there. That would not have been good. Drop kick is a competitive Catherine term. It's when you step on somebody from a block below you. And when you do that, normally when you hit somebody in competitive Catherine, they just kind of hang from the ledge. One thing about this stage that I did not mention, it is random when the goal spawns. We got very, very good luck. Normally it is, like, you can go and wait. Every time you don't get the goal to spawn, it is a 20-second time loss. That is not your fault at all. Yeah, this stage is brutal, if you can't tell by now. So we're almost at the end. I need Vincent to drop down, so I can do that. Anyways, you were saying, Ghost King? Sorry.
Oh, no, yeah, I finished. I gotta get my lines in there quick.
That bell is both relieving and it makes you super tense.
Yeah. Sometimes when you get to the very top of these stages, the pattern that you get is practically impossible to solve, especially if you do one wrong thing. So fortunately for the marathon's sake, I have not caught a pattern that has been super difficult to clear at the very top. And by me saying that, I'm probably jinxing, and Axis Mundi is going to be the hardest ending I've ever seen. In the meantime, quick donation while we're loading.
Sure thing. We've got an $18 anonymous donation that says, I'm a fourth-year medical student who loves this cause, hoping one day to help. Had to donate now because Catherine is the one game I've played throughout my journey. I can't wait to see it rocked. Edge, edge, edge.
I knew it would come eventually.
I haven't mentioned this, but this is like the best speedrun ever because it has the most number of new records.
The leaderboard just can never keep up.
So it is interesting. So people always like point out like, man, that new record thing is really annoying. It's actually like somewhat helpful when you're learning how to do Babel because it shows you when you've gone a certain, like a new max height. And max height is usually what determines when you get a level up. So knowing when you've actually gone to a new max height is actually quite important. Despite the fact that it is a blatant lie, I've gotten past step 8 many, many, many times. Oh. Okay. I have to push this away because Catherine's stuck on the back of the tower. Or Catherine. Catherine is the other Catherine. Catherine is a very, very complicated game when it comes to naming your Catherines. So Axis Mundi, so again, like every stage has its theme. And Axis Mundi's is that it is Swiss cheese, for lack of a better term. You do not get many blocks to work with, and anything that you do that is wrong will be very, very dangerous and very, very bad because it makes climbing very difficult. I managed to PB on the stage in the practice room, so which is kind of cool. This game actually has a quite accurate online leaderboard, and every single IL world record is held by the world record holder of this category, despite the fact that the leaderboard obviously can't tell that it is one person doing it.
I believe he has like the 8th highest ranked time in Babel by himself compared to people who are like actually playing 2 players separately.
Yeah, I think if you added up all of the IL world records for this that he has, like, actually, I think if you took his PB and like took most other people's, like, you could probably take like the 4th best time on every stage and you would not beat his PB. He is very, very good at this video game. All right, so we're at level 3. One nice thing about Axis Mundi is it's much more generous with the resets than most other stages because the stage itself is meant to be much more difficult. This stage is actually the reason we're playing in 2 players, is that this has a glitch in the North American version, and I believe the European version as well, because I believe it's the same version, where this stage does not function properly. Excuse me, tripping over words, can't imagine why. That is a dark hole block. If I step on that, I instantly die. No ifs, ands, no buts. I just get sucked in, and it's flush down the toilet, game over. Try again.
He can hang around the edges of them, though,
Yes.
if he absolutely has to.
I can hang around the edges, and they can be used to hold up blocks, as you see right here. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to push this over to the side.
Ooh.
So you see right there, it also sucks and eats any block over the top of it. Okay, we're good, we're good. I'm going to do this, and we're up. As long as I don't drop onto that dark hole block. Usually in a marathon setting, I'll be a lot more judicious in my use of just pushing blocks away, especially dark hole blocks, but that one I obviously can't get to.
I tell you, this music is always nerve-wracking for me.
Yeah. Oh, the stage is atrocious as well, by the way, because it induces lag. You see that background? It's really, really pretty, right? Yeah, it also lags, especially this game seems to have a memory leak of some kind. So every like hour or so of attempts, I have to actually close the game and reopen it because it'll clear out that and remove some of the lag that's happening in the background. I've actually had a PB by in-game time that was not a real-time PB because of how much extra lag was induced because I'd been running for a couple hours and I didn't know about that at the time. We're going to do that and up. Okay, so I'm going to pull this, step down, pull that, push this way. We're good.
He's hit 8 new record. Amazing.
I thought that hype scream was Vincent.
New record.
All right, so we're at level 5, so we get with the full tower reset before the game starts trying to really kill us. This is, let's see, 350. That's not a great time. Usually you want to be at this point at about a 250 if I'm going for an ILPB. It's totally acceptable for a marathon setting, though, so that's great. You'll see me try to, if I get a chance, I try to flatten the tower out before blocks start falling because it means that a lot of the patterns as they initially are relatively stable. But part of the problem is that they don't know, like they're not intended to fall over random things. And it's hard to know what the effect when they fall on top of how the stage is currently laid out will be. So we're going to do this and this. Yeah, I think we are good. Okay.
New record.
We haven't gotten in our bid on Spike yet.
New record.
Yeah, I was going to say, Costa, you haven't said much. You're not about to make a Tinder joke on me, are you?
No, instead I need help making a new profile for Grindr.
All right.
Want to help me out here, buddy?
Here we go. We're doing good. Go around and yeah, last year Spike helped me out couching this game, and his main contribution was a joke that happened to be a Tinder joke, and it was hilarious. And just like, oh my God, Spike! That's the most Spike Vegeta thing I've ever heard of happening mid-run. So right here, I need to go around. I'm a little worried about the dark hole block, but I should be fine. I'm going to collapse this. How do I want to handle this? I think I'm going to cross back over, kill this because I don't want it. And we're going to do that and that round over. Level 7, we're almost there. Another nice thing about the stage is once I get to level 9, the stage is essentially over. The 10th stage in this is thankfully kind of a formality, which is very, very nice.
I've been wondering about the GDQ hype guy in the game. I just realized this every time you get a new level.
Oh, the new record? Yeah,
That- I'm talking about like the actual level thing. Every time it goes up a level.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing, yeah. Woo! Yeah, that's... The voicing, the voice in this game is always really fun. It's super, super satisfying. The only thing that I don't like about this mode is the music sucks, which is especially sad given that the normal game's music is actually like really, really good remixes of like classical music and stuff. Shoji Meguro does the Persona soundtracks as well. This was actually developed by the same team that does Persona. They wanted a game to test in HD before they actually started making Persona 5, and this was the game that they came up with. Somehow, yeah, this team that's known for making these crazy JRPGs made this game. I don't know where they got the idea. Frankly, I don't want to know, but I'm going to push both these away for a nice little collapse to keep the tower nice and even. So you see we have that nice, even double 4 block pattern. We're going to double collapse here as well. We're going to keep going. This is another split tower segment. At some point, I will probably have to cross over, especially given, as you can see, the tower is acting like complete Swiss cheese. We're going to cross over right here and do this. Great. Oh my God, it's like delicious, delicious lag. Like, that was probably even visible. That's not going to collapse. No, that's... I was a little worried that when I walked across that crack block, I was going to do it. One nice thing about this stage is it did get rid of all of the random blocks. They're mystery blocks, sorry, excuse me. I got to get in with the lore. Here we go. Almost up. And we are good. Almost there.
Going to witness a pair that can conquer Babel. New record. New record.
So you said that the Persona team was the ones who worked on this, and they're known for their JRPGs. I guess that would make this a Jenga RPG?
Yeah, it's another type of JRPG. We'll go with that.
If you watch the 3D, like the 3D model cutscenes, they're very similar to the ones in Persona 5. So I'm led to believe that some aspects of the engine for this game actually are in Persona 5.
Yeah. Interestingly, the new port is not being handled by the same team. Also, time is coming up right here once I get to the top. Get to do this really cool motion. Ready? Boom. Boom. Oh, okay, come on. And time. Woo! So yeah, everybody, I'm Ghoul02. This was Babel, One Player, Two Controllers. Thank you guys so much for watching and donating to get the hand cam. I hope it was everything you guys wanted it to be. I love this game. I love this community. Kind of like on the verge of tearing up a little bit here. So thank you guys so much. And I believe, what is next, by the way?
Double Dragon.
Double Dragon. Definitely stick around for that. And yeah, that's it.
Yo, give it up for Ghoul.
That was quite the intense run. Nicely done, Ghoul. Got some donations that rolled in during the run here. We have $15 from Coquettish Cat. It says, Catherine is my favorite game, and I'm so happy to see it at SGDQ. $100 from Guy9 says, a great event for a great cause and a donation for a great game. Catherine for the win. $50 from Tyrum says, amazing coordination, Ghoul. Had a break from work just to watch this game. Always fun to see Babel getting beaten in the same amount of time it takes to complete a hard level. Cheers from Portugal. $25 anonymously says, I wasn't planning to donate until later, but this Catherine run is incredible. How can anyone be this coordinated this early in the morning? And we've got $150 from the courageous Axolotl. Says, donating for a run so intense I've forgotten to breathe. This game was the bane of my existence when I played it, and Ghoul shames me with his talent. We've got $150 from Mechanation that says, announcer test. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. So Betty bought a better butter, and it was a better butter than the butter Betty bought before. 8 out of 10, maybe? You are watching Summer Games Done Quick, raising money for Doctors Without Borders. Coming up next in this speedrun and marathon, we've got Double Dragon run by L-Rock, Double Dragon 2 run by Sinister 1, followed by Golden Axe run by In the Mug. Lots of great stuff coming up, so make sure you hang out for this. I've been Dark Twinge. Thank you for joining me as always. Gonna switch it off to another host. Stick around.
Good morning, Summer Games Done Quick 2018. My name is Tokyo Scarab, and I will be here for the entirety of the Beat 'em Up block. Let's get caught up on a couple more donations here. We have $25 from Dutalo that says, had to donate for one of my favorite series. I love the Kingdom Hearts games and Oathkeeper being my personal favorite blade. I have to see the glitch. Let's get the incentive and keep donating for this awesome cause. That being said, the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HDFM Oathkeeper glitch incentive is at $1,300 out of 20,000. So please get in to see that if you want to get it done on stream. We also have $10 from Dat Corny, who says, it's my first time donating to this awesome event. Keep up the great work, and greetings from Germany. Smiley face. I'd like to take a second to remind you all about the charity that we're benefiting this SGDQ. SGDQ 2018 is benefiting Doctors Without Borders. Doctors Without Borders, or Médecins Sans Frontières, is a medical humanitarian organization working in more than 60 countries around the world. MSF is a private international association. MSF provides assistance to populations in distress, to victims of natural or man-made disasters, and to victims of armed conflict. They do so irrespective of race, religion, creed, or political convictions. To find out more, please visit doctorswithoutborders.org. And another thanks to one of the people who make behind the scenes of these events fantastic is World9 Gaming. From PCs to arcades and consoles old and new, World9 Gaming aims to provide the highest quality video gaming experience to events in the Midwest and beyond. With our dedicated staff, tournament expertise, and expansive collection of games and consoles, World9 is ready to take your event to the next level. For information on booking and upcoming events, check out world9gaming.com. We have a very pertinent comment here from Birdie for $20 who says, SGDQ greater than sleep. I think a couple people in the room here now know exactly what they're talking about.